gentlemen, turn your speakers up. It's time for the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Turn up the bass. A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE. Oh yeah! Let's meet the hosts. First, a man hailing from the hub city in Indiana. He goes by @TooSweetKyle on Twitter. The host, Kyle Gagliardi. And your co-host, hailing from the valley of Lake Tahoe. He goes by @JimTuck89 on Twitter. Jim Tucker. And last but not least, hailing from the cornfield somewhere in Indiana, the full-time part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Turn up the bass. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram @PodOnTheMark.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I am your host, Mr. OTM Kyle Gagliardi. And as always, I am joined by my good friend, the full-time part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Ian, what's up, dog?
What's up, dog? Is there any wrestling going on this weekend?
I think there's a few shows. There's a company called WWE. Used to be WWF, and All Elite Wrestling, which is significantly worse than WWE, right?
True. I hate both companies, actually.
We're big tribalists over here, if you're unfamiliar with it. Actually, we're quite opposite of that. We enjoy all kinds of professional wrestling. Ian, we took last week off, but we're back at it again here with episode 252. How we feeling?
Refreshed, but I had a long day, but it's lifting me up that we're having the show now.
Like Josh Groban, you raise me up! There you go. You know Josh Groban, right?
I didn't know that was a singer, but I knew the song.
I know Brett Haskell knows Josh Groban. He said, I'm in the theater. Actually, he yelled, I'm in the theater for the Superman movie, but still here to defend his title. He is the MVM, and he is here. That's pretty impressive.
I was going to say, just to get this off my chest, the Superman movie looks like absolute trash. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. But that lead actor for Superman looks like he can't act. So I hope he proves me wrong.
Hey, I've been seeing good things. I'm not a big movie guy myself, but what I'm seeing, it's not bad. And look at Dirk's in the chat, too, in the mountains of West Virginia, too. He's dedicated. But I tell you what, let's just sing along with OTM tonight. Dirk, that's a great name.
Well, anybody named Dirk sounds like a stand-up individual.
What a name, right? Dirk Van Fleet.
Never gets old. Kind of missed it. Bill says he's missing Collision for this show, so that's kind of a big deal.
He's missing Collision.
Collison. Darren Collinson used to be a point guard for the Indiana Pacers. Fun fact.
You're throwing out names tonight.
I tell you what, I got deep pools. I'm a little older than you. So it's funny because the other podcast that I'm a part of, the NXT Night Shift, my co-host is 15 years older than me. And, I mean, we're not that much. What are we?
8 years?
9. So,
9
I mean,
years?
I guess I kind of feel like the Jay Gold of OTM, which isn't a bad thing, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Could be worse. But, speaking of Jay Gold, speaking of the NXT Night Shift, make sure you're showing some love to our friends over at the Main Event Wrestling Network. I don't know why we're saying our friends, because we are the Main Event Wrestling Network, but we have much more than just us here. At OTM, you have the Wrestling Junkies, WrestleHolics Podcast, IW Guide, you name it, we got it. Great stuff. Tino's Time, Tim Vicious, who am I forgetting? The Great Brown Hope, Ian. There's so many great talent over there.
Yeah, and we are always looking to add more. There's a lot of good content and when we add people, it's not just to say that we added them. It's because we truly do believe in these people, and they're putting out fantastic content that we believe we want to share that audience with. So check them out if you haven't.
Little peek behind the curtain. There is a selection process that goes into bringing people into the network, and I can confidently say that there is no vacancy for the podcast front right now because somebody already in the network is working on bringing back a podcast. I think Paperclip Mike already announced that, so it's not breaking news, but Dropkicks and Attraction is coming back to the Main Event Wrestling Network. So if you want to check out all that good stuff, there's a Main Event Mixer happening this Sunday at 11 a.m. Central, so that's noon Eastern. That's going to be for Evolution. We got like a new trio here, Ian. I don't know if you noticed it. It's going to be the Great Brown Hope, Tino, and Jay Gold. That's like a new mixer trio. We got to come up with a faction name there, I think.
I do like that. I think that would be. We could come up with a faction name by the end of it. By the end of
we
the
have we already have the Blog World Order. Everybody kind of has their
Yes.
podcast, but now there's like mixer groups forming. It's craziness. It's great stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be expecting some anarchy at some point. I'm fully expecting that.
Anarchy in the Main Event Wrestling Network? No way. Never has happened before. But guys, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. I think we are only 64 away, so do us a favor. Hit that bell, like and subscribe for more because we are live every single week at Thursday at around 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. And I think it's enough chit-chatting, I should say, Ian, because we have a lot of wrestling to talk about, don't we?
I think so, yeah. I think there's like 24 matches or something happening.
Yeah, so speaking of that, actually, I might as well show this to the audience. So there is 24 matches happening this week in between. So let's just go down the calendar here. First off, Ring of Honor Final Battle is happening tomorrow night. We're not going to discuss that. SmackDown's happening tomorrow night. And then on Saturday, you have AEW All In, NXT Great American Bash, Saturday night's main event, and on Sunday, you have Evolution. But we're just going to talk about AEW All In, Saturday night's main event, and Evolution 2 because there's a lot to talk about there, and it's not good, right, Ian?
Yeah. Should we get those thoughts out of the way?
We'll get there, trust me. I want to show everybody our list, and I agree with Bill. The Great Brown Hope's not even here. Somebody needs to wake him up, so somebody on Twitter do so. But if you are on Twitter and other socials, share this. It would help us, Give us a like. Do all that good stuff. And Brett, you're probably right. So let's pull up these lists. So there are 24 matches. We thought it'd be fun to just show you guys the matches we're most looking forward to. So, Ian, I'm going to show your list first. And if you want to just give a little explanation behind this and why you hate women's wrestling, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Okay. So let's just start off from the top. Obviously, there's a lot of AEW. I have been vocal my entire life, basically, that I've been on this podcast. But I like AEW, and I have texted you beforehand. This is the first time I've been this excited for AEW in a long time. So a lot of AEW matches at the top, and we'll talk about every single one of those matches.
Yes, we will, in deep detail, by the way. So
Yes.
just to give you guys like a heads up on how this episode is going to go, since we got a lot going on, deep dive into AEW All In, then we'll transition on over to Saturday night's main event, talk about it for a cup of coffee, and then we'll finish strong with the women because Evolution 2 should be a big deal. But Ian, let me pull your list back up real quick.
But then my first WWE hitter, it is in front of some AEW matches, is the triple threat with Becky versus Lyra versus Bayley for the mid-card Intercontinental title.
That match should be the main event.
Should be. It's had the most steam, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't know there was this many matches going into this card. Had no clue.
Isn't that abnormal for WWE to throw 7 matches on a PLE?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Okay, yes, so Bill Moss. I don't watch NXT. I don't hate NXT. I just don't have the time, and I like having Tuesdays not watching some wrestling. So,
well, Ian, this goes back to what we were talking about offline before the podcast. We both don't like it when WWE does the counter programming, and vice versa. If AEW decides to do it for a WWE weekend, because you got to look at this, Ian. Ain't this essentially AEW's WrestleMania? Why would you try to intrude on their weekend?
well, and also at this point, it's like lines have been drawn. Like fans have already made their decision. Like they're not going to change their mind. If they want to be tribalists, they're going to be tribalists. It's not like it's going to draw people away from the other show. Like I'm going to end up watching AEW All In live. And then I'm going to watch whatever shows that kind of lapped over. I haven't looked at any of the shows. All I know is All In is at 2 o'clock.
The only lap over is Great American Bash and All In.
And again, I don't watch NXT. I might throw that on Sunday on some downtime or
before Evolution maybe.
Yeah. It's
a 5-match card NXT is, so it's not a big deal.
Which is how it should be. But yeah, I mean, that's not even speaking into volume on Evolution 2, where it's literally just all these matches thrown together last second when you have that triple threat that should be the main event, that's had some insane push and been drawing a lot of attention to that title, it should be main eventing. But it probably is not. I don't think we have the official word on that. Anyway, I would go off on too much of a tangent there. But I don't know. Do you see any outliers that I need some explanation for?
This is fair for you. And once again, people, this is just our list, our excitement levels. This just speaks to Ian. This is Ian's character. He's a big AEW fan. He does not watch NXT. And to be fair, the women's didn't get a proper build. So I don't hate that list. So let's show the listeners my list here. Obviously at the top, Hangman versus Moxley. I think that has the best story going right now of the weekend. A lot of big AEW matches at the top, but this one might surprise you at number 4, Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints. Ian, you know me, NXT Night Shift. I love those two. I think they're great.
Yeah, I again, same. I love both of them. I just don't watch NXT, so I really don't have much. I didn't want to fake like any hype for a match, and I'm sure if I watch NXT, they would be up there very high in the card as well for me. So I don't blame you.
Yeah, and like with the Battle Royals and everything, they're all the same to me. I'm sure the surprises are fun and whatnot, but that's why a lot of those are so low. A lot of people might be surprised why is Sol Ruka down low. It's because I'm not as high on Izzy Dame. I don't think that match is going to be that great, but Saturday night's main event, that's not even a PLE, guys. That's just another television show, so I'm not really excited for a lot of those matches, but I think me and you both agreed that we're most looking forward to Rollins and LA Knight on that card.
Yeah, and we'll also give a shout out to Jasper Troy.
Yeah,
as
high
he
on our
faces off
list.
Javon Evans, because I think that's going to be some incredible wrestling. I don't need to know what the story going into it. I obviously have seen Jasper Troy with the LFG show, and he's got the talent, and I'm excited to see what his future's like, and same with Javon Evans. That's the future of WWE right there.
You ain't lying, and the story really has just been Jasper Troy is attacking Javon Evans every chance he gets.
That's fine.
The injury table, getting analyzed for a knee injury, in the back room, in the parking lot, Jasper Troy's destroying Javon Evans. But that's all the NXT we're going to talk about on this podcast, because we have to get into AEW All In, and I agree with what Brett's saying. Saturday night's main event is just a cash grab, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a nostalgia thing with okay matches and a lot of commercials. That's how it's going to be. But I know what's not going to be just okay. It's going to be pretty awesome is AEW All In. So let's start off here with this tag team championship match. We got the champs, the Hurt Syndicate. They hurt people, Ian, if you didn't know. Taking on Jet Speed, which is Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. And then, of course, the Patriarchy, which is Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. So big AEW guy, Ian, you're going to start us off here. AEW All In, the biggest show of the year. First off, how excited are you for this pay-per-view?
I've said it. This is probably as high as it could be. I've been looking forward to the show for weeks now. Ever since the last WWE pay-per-view ended, I was like, fuck yeah. AEW All In's next. I'm excited. Yeah! But this is one of the matches that I think is going to be underrated. Sure, on paper, it's not too crazy. You have the Juggernauts of Hurt Syndicate with Jet Speed.
Can you answer this question for me? How did the Patriarchy get into all of this? I must have missed it.
I believe it was something on Collision. I don't know.
Probably Collision, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure.
I don't think they should have been thrown in. That's my thing with this.
I think it kind of needed it, because just Jet Speed alone with Hurt Syndicate, you kind of see the writing on the wall who's going to win it. Throw in the oddball of the Patriarchy, who I genuinely am enjoying the story on what is Nick Wayne going to do with Christian. I personally think they're going to stick together. I think they might have a chance of winning this match. Might.
Maybe that's why they were thrown in last minute. Maybe there's a change in creative.
Could be. But I'm going to stick with my guns, and I don't know. Even with Dynamite last night, I mean, they absolutely mauled the Hurt Syndicate. All three of them, MVP included. I thought that segment was awesome because it was just batshit crazy. Kind of made Jet Speed look a little heelish, but I like that side of it. But I'm going to keep going with Hurt Syndicate because I think the Patriarchy is going to kind of show some signs of implosion. I think they stick together still, but I don't think anything crazy is going to happen here. Hurt Syndicate wins.
Yeah, and I like AEW pay-per-views for this reason. They are sort of unpredictable. I could see a lot of these matches going multiple ways, and I'm going to differ with you on this one to start us off here, which I think we should put our AEW titles on the line. I know we don't do predictions contests anymore, but maybe me and you should have a friendly battle. What do you say?
Yeah, here. Actually, grab your title. Your title for mine.
The real AEW title versus the fake AEW title.
On. You put that on the line. We handshake it. My title right here. If I lose it, I'll give it to you. If I win, though, I get that title.
That's bullshit.
Hey.
This title cost me money, damn it. Real money. Look at it shine in the camera.
T-Walk gave me
It's
this
brighter
one,
than your future.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, now I got it upside down. Hold on. This is what happens when you do a live podcast, people.
Make me feel better about myself, chat.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't
chat.
think they like your belt. Bill said if Private Party doesn't return at the show, I think it's guaranteed they're going to WWE. I think they're going to WWE.
I think they're going to WWE regardless. And it's not necessarily because like they haven't been given the chance, and it's kind of creative, like troubles.
They haven't evolved.
No, it's been stagnant, and they've really done all they could. They've won the tag titles. They've bolstered their own reputation. They're a name now, and they're OGs. They're always going to be AEW OGs. So I don't see anything wrong with them going to WWE. Make that money, go into developmental. I think they'll be special in NXT.
Yeah, NXT needs tag teams too. So if Private
WWE
Party
needs
is
tag teams.
I think SmackDown's good.
One show out of the 8 shows that they have? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. And to answer Bill's question, that belt was $120 on Amazon. I bought it literally right when the company launched. So I don't know who made it or if it's still there. Vogus loves your belt, bud.
Thank you. It makes me look bigger, actually. So.
Yeah, and it is sad to see the AEW OGs go, but this is what it's going to be like, just going back and forth. So I didn't even give my pick, though, did I?
You did not give the pick. You said an upset, though.
No, I said I'm going opposite of you, and I'm going with the Hurt Syndicate to retain, because I do think this is the end of the patriarchy. Syndicate. Oh, you did? Yeah. I thought you said patriarchy.
No, I said I'm going to stick with my guns and go with Hurt Syndicate.
You know, we've been going with a lot of tangents on this episode already, so that's fine. I'm going with the Hurt Syndicate too, because I do think it's the end of the patriarchy, and then maybe Adam Copeland will reunite with Christian, because let's be real, they don't got much time left, Ian, and I feel like they have to do that run just for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know if it really makes sense story-wise, because just this past Wednesday, like they were all working as a team. It would have to be Christian snapping, and then Adam Cole coming back as a heel. Or Adam Copeland.
Yeah, Cope.
Baby.
Cope, as we would say. We are going to talk about Adam Cole. He's got a title match here. He actually is next. Funny you mentioned Adam Cole was next on the outline. So let's talk about it. The TNT title is on the line. Adam Cole looking to defend against Kyle Fletcher. I guess I'll go first on this one, Ian. And once again, during the summertime, it's really hard for me to keep up with AEW because AEW airs the day that I'm really the most busy, and it's hard to catch up on my own time. So maybe I don't know much about this story. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about this story. But I do know that I think that it's going to be Kyle Fletcher walking out with the TNT title, because they have invested a lot of time into Kyle Fletcher, building him up over the past year. And I don't think Adam Cole's really done anything exciting with that belt. And honestly, it's just not working for me. So I'm going to go with a new champion here in Kyle Fletcher, Ian.
Yeah, it's the Collision curse, because he's been defending it every single week, and it's been
he is?
Pretty good matches, all on Collision. It's that Collision curse. Too much wrestling. I know. We make fun of Collision and not watching it, but anytime I go back and watch,
good.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's Dynamite extended, just kind of with like the B players. I hate to say that, but
B plus players, at least show some respect.
Yes. Shout out.
Oh, unfortunately, Bill must be a big Adam. Oh, he is. He's a black and gold baby. He loves NXT black and gold. So I know he likes Adam Cole. I don't know the status on Luchasaurus. Do you?
Last I saw, he was in the hospital, and I'm not sure. It was not good. I think it was heart
serious
stuff. Yeah, it was not. It was bad medical stuff. But
jeez.
I know he tweeted. That was the last I saw of him, and
he is alive.
He's alive, and he's good. I just don't know wrestling wise what his future is.
Hopefully,
same with Keith
back. Lee. Yeah, man, I saw that on my memory today. I think it was 5 years ago today. Keith Lee was the double champ in NXT. Didn't that just feel like yesterday? At least it did to me.
I remember that too, because that was a Great American Bash.
Yeah, that was the Great American Bash, and that's happening this Saturday. Look at that. And we had a Great American Bash last Friday for the 4th of July. You see that tank top I had?
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
We played some baseball, and I don't remember baseball. I don't remember. It was a good 4th if you don't remember playing drinking games, that's for sure. But we're both going with Fletcher then?
I have not said anything about this match.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Fletcher because I think Kyle Fletcher can bring it to Dynamite and defend it on Dynamite because he's been wrestling on Dynamite every single week. Unless they keep it on Collision, which it's not going to change the title. Adam Cole's doing his best with that title, but it's just the Collision curse. You're not getting the attention that Dynamite fans aren't going to all watch Collision. It's like half, if that, a quarter.
It's not even half. Yeah, it's quarter, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Collision draws, I think, on average, like 200.
Yeah.
And Dynamite's doing 800, usually,
crazy.
I think. So there's a vast difference in those two shows, which it's just tough, dude. A Saturday. How do you get people to devote time on a Saturday? And granted, you could watch it on the replay, but still, we all got lives, right?
Yeah, well, that's why I don't watch SmackDown. It's like, that's a Friday. I want to do my own thing.
Not like you're leaving the house. Don't lie.
I'm sitting right here. I'm playing some fucking video games. That's what I'm doing.
I've been playing college football. I think I already got 10 hours in on that game.
Wow, that's impressive.
We out you.
I think this match will be, it could be talked about as match of the
night. It's going to be a great match.
It's going to be fantastic. So that's why I'm like, fuck yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Just do cool things. And that's what Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher typically do. So we're both going with a new champion here. We're 2 for 2. Same picks so far for AEW All In. Bill Moss said, they need to have a main event star exclusive to Collision to get ratings. I feel they tried with Punk, but gave up after they fired him.
Hey, brother. That's the thing. It's not going to change anything. They have FTR basically on Collision only. They have Adam Cole on Collision only. I mean, if you throw Ospreay over there, you get maybe half the viewership.
Yeah, maybe. And I don't even think Kenny could save Collision.
No, it's just literally like at that point, it's just wasting a star. Like. It's tough to do it on a Saturday.
They would have to move Collision to Thursday to be successful,
Correct.
In my opinion.
Correct.
And they won't go head-to-head with Impact, I don't think so, at least.
Oh, they would.
But they like when pro wrestling is flourishing.
The issue is like, you can't... TV deals, I'm not a TV guy, but TV deals, you can't just say, hey, I want my show to be on Thursdays from now on. Deal?
No, I get that.
They have their own schedule. So they got stuck with Saturday. They're going to be on Saturday. That's it. And that's why Collision moves all the time from right after.
Yeah, that's the other problem because they run into like the NHL playoffs or something else. Deal. The NBA, yeah. And Collision's on at 5 o'clock on a Thursday, but the next week it's on at 3 p.m. on a Saturday.
That's their TV deal.
Is key. Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but you get what you deal with what the cards you're dealt with or something like that.
Yes.
We botched that a little bit, but we got there. The point was made. This match is going to be awesome. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay are teaming up to take on the Young Bucks. There is a stipulation here. If the Young Bucks lose, they are no longer EVPs of the company. But if Swerve and Will Ospreay lose, they can no longer challenge for the world title for 1 year, which is pretty crazy. But I also think it kind of makes the match obvious, unless Ian disagrees. What do you think, Ian?
I don't think it's obvious. I think this is a 50-50 because you go either way and it doesn't kill you. Yes, having Swerve and Will not go for the title kind of sucks as a fan. You're not going to stop watching because of it because it doesn't restrict them from having matches. The title, I mean, from the past year, the title really doesn't mean shit. It's about the message of that title. And right now there's a bigger story going on with that title and Hangman's a part of it. Swerve and Will really don't need to be a part of that. I know it's a year. It's a long time.
You're right.
But it flies by. It does fly by. So, and if the Young Bucks lose their EVP, okay, that's a character change. It doesn't mean anything. So it's a 50-50 shot. And that's kind of where my brain's at. I don't know who's going to win this or lose this. I'm going to go with Swerve and Will just because let's set up the main event to make it look good. If you're catching my drift, to make it look like the good possibility of
what's to come.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, there is also like this love triangle going on too with Ospreay, Swerve, and Hangman, which is why I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Ospreay and Swerve, but what Bill is saying actually does make sense. He says Ospreay and Swerve lose, then they can have their own rivalry for months, close to a year. And let's not forget, Ian, the Casino Battle Royal. That's a #1 contendership match, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting a heel to win. Not giving you my pick, but I'm expecting a heel to win because I'm expecting Hangman to go over in the main event. So that is why I think Swerve and Will they could lose, because they would have a full year to just do one-on-one shit, and then maybe Will, Ospreay, or Swerve could win the Owen next year, and then main event All In next year at Wembley.
Yeah, I mean...
Logic!
You know what the best part about this is? This whole All In card, it's like... This whole story that's to come is just basically a blank piece of paper, and it said, predict it, have fun. Because... we don't know, which is awesome. I like that feeling. There's still people thinking Moxley's going to win. He probably might, but Hangman might win. I love it. I like this wrestling.
Yeah, once again, like when I make these predictions, I'm not saying they're going to happen. It just makes sense in my mind. I don't know what Tony Khan's going to do. I don't even know if Tony Khan knows what he's going to do. Or what is Mercedes going to do, because the internet says that Mercedes books her own shit. You believe that? Yeah, she has creative control.
Losers.
Get off your fucking keyboards. Touch grass.
No, honestly, Monet's not a draw, but she's just a part of one of the biggest women's matches in... No, probably, I'll say it. The biggest women's match in AEW history right now.
Oh, you're talking about for Tony. I thought you were going to give her credit for her WrestleMania match with Bianca being the first black women to have a match on the WrestleMania. Is a big deal.
She's overrated. She's not a draw.
Oh, she's a draw. I'm excited for it. This build is exciting as Mania 39 season for him personally. And I think that's a fair comparison, especially with the main event, Ian.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
That's fair. And so I would not be surprised, but I'm going to go with Swerve and Will. But if the Young Bucks win, it makes sense.
Yeah. I like it. I like either way.
That's saying a lot from me, too, saying that I wouldn't mind a Young Bucks win.
Oh, yeah.
Not a Young Bucks fan. Yeah, not a Bucks guy. But we do have those Casino Gauntlet, or whatever they call it. I don't even know if it's called a Gauntlet. What is it? Is that what they call it?
Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah, something like that. So who cares what it says on the graphic, because we know it's a Battle Royal. 2 people start. I believe Chris Statlander is going to be number 1 in the women's. MJF and Mark Briscoe are going to be 1 and 2 in the men's. Surprises could happen.
Megan Bain is number 2 in the women's.
Gotcha. So Chris and Megan and Mark and MJF. Let's start with the women then.
Okay.
Any names jumping off that you think could win? Who do you expect to see in it? And any surprises? Because we know Isla Dawn just got released. Dakota Kai.
Damn it. I wish you didn't say Isla Dawn, because that is my surprise. I think Isla Dawn is AEW bound. I think I saw hints of a report on it's probably happening. I don't want to get my hopes up too high. I like Isla Dawn.
She's good.
I'm excited for that. Hopefully her character works. But anyway, women's match, the ones that we do know, with Megan Bain, I think she is an automatic
favorite.
Probably going to win, because they're booking her like a fucking juggernaut. They had the Fatal 4-Way last night, and she looked like a beast still. And she's backing it up with the wrestling. And she was paired in there last night with some not so great wrestlers. Queen Amanada, not great.
Oh, come on. I like Queen Amanada. All right, leave it at that.
Did you watch the match last night?
I mean, I barely did. I kind of glanced at it. But Bill's kind of addressing your statement there with Megan Bain. He's asking, am I the only person who thinks Megan Bain is lame?
No, because
you're probably
there's
not alone
out there. No.
Yeah.
But she's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Priscilla Kelly could be a name for sure.
That's not moving any needles.
No, I don't think it is either. It's not making a big splash, but there's not many big splash names out there. I think Isla Dawn is the perfect surprise.
Yeah.
Because you're just going for that, pop and that reaction. But the winner for me for the women's is going to be Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale is someone that has been similar to Kyle Fletcher, positioned to be next in line. And I think it's time to strike now, especially knowing who's going to win the AEW women's title match later on, which I will obviously share. But I'm going to go with Willow Nightingale to win here, and it'll make a lot more sense on who I pick later, because that's who I see facing off next.
Fuck. That's a good pick.
I mean, Thunder Rosa could be in there. What's the new girl's name? Tekla or something like that?
Tekla. Yeah, I think Tekla is going to be in there. I'm pretty sure.
Who are other names we're probably missing? Penelope Ford, I'm sure, will be in it.
Probably. I don't know how many are
Anna
in there.
Jay,
is it 12?
Yeah. No, it's just random. The match ends right away when a pin happens.
Oh,
so they
that's
keep
right.
coming out.
Yeah, that's right.
So it could end at any point. But I can't think of any other big names out there. I would like to see Deonna Purrazzo come back.
I think she's on her way out.
Well, yeah, they haven't put her on TV.
Yeah, not great.
Oh, you know who we might see? Athena.
Oh,
Billy
I hope.
Starks.
Oh, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope. I want Athena on.
But
my
what's your
Big Brother
pick?
Television.
Is it
I know.
Athena?
I kept.
Go with Athena.
I'll go with
Come
Athena.
on.
Fuck yeah,
That's
I'll
fun.
go with Athena.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Yeah,
Because it makes sense.
it does for the predictions later.
Oh, now I know who you're picking later too. She might be. You gotta watch Ring of Honor behind a paywall, so
Yeah.
we don't pay for it.
Quick shout out to ROH with the CMLL. Did you end up watching it? That
No,
little
I haven't had
YouTube
time.
event?
No.
Dude, I loved it. If you Bill Moss,
about it, yeah.
you might like it. CML and ROH did their own kind of like Worlds Collide in the Mexico arena. Fantastic. They filmed it like with the CMLL camera crew, so it felt like a CMLL show. The crowd was kind of quiet, but they were loud. But
Yeah.
the audio didn't pick up on it. But Bandito and some young luchador, I forgot his name. Genuinely, again, I was stone cold sober while watching this, and I thought they put on Match of the Year candidate. One of them.
And what was the show titled actually? Like, who ran it? CMLL? You said?
It was a co-branded event.
Oh,
so
it
it
was
was
one of their
ROH and
co-branded
CMLL.
show.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
on YouTube, completely free, hour and a half, I think.
Interesting. Okay. If I got some time, and yeah, Bill said I'll probably give it a watch.
Yeah, I loved it.
Ian's been talking it up off air, so maybe I'll have to watch it. But what was your pick again? Sorry, you're going with Athena.
Athena.
All right. So for the men's, I'm trying to think of surprises, Ian. Probably some New Japan talent, just because Forbidden Door's coming up.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Keith Lee, but that's not happening.
Gabe Kidd. Keith Lee, if he shows up, I'm gonna be extremely happy. I'm not gonna curse
Yeah.
but
How
I'm gonna be
buzzed
very
are
happy.
y'all when you watch these shows? We're elevated.
Elevated, yeah. Not
Yeah.
buzzed.
Yeah, we're not buzzed. We're elevated. There's a difference there. I mean, but I know Brody King's going to be in this. Mystico, obviously, with MJF. Mark Briscoe for some of those names. I would like to see Wardlow return, but I'm not counting on that either. I haven't heard anything about him.
No clue. Not a clue.
Is he alive? Does anyone know where Wardlow is? Someone
No
answer
idea.
me. I don't think anybody knows. It's only Bill that's interacting with us tonight. So Bill's definitely the favorite to win MVM, just saying. But give me your pick, Ian. Who do you think's going to win the men's Battle Royal?
I think immediately your brain goes to MJF just because, like, it's MJF. He usually
Yeah.
finds a way to win it. Also, the whole story is him getting back at that world title. Yes, they have the fall off of Mark Briscoe versus MJF because I think that feud's been really good. I liked their segment last night, the promo battle. There were some really deep digs.
Yeah, MJF is a different type of heel. I'll tell you that.
I find that so funny, though, because it's like the IWC, of course, gave him shit for it. How dare you do that?
It got approved by
It's
Mark,
with
probably.
Mark. Yeah, do you think
It's honoring it's keeping his name alive.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna go with MJF because I don't know who's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. And there's no like guys that if they showed up in the match, it'd be that makes sense. They should win it. Maybe a Gabe Kidd.
Yeah.
But
No, it's too soon.
wouldn't
man.
make
Oh, you know who we're forgetting? What if Switchblade comes back? Jay White.
Oh,
Yes, please give me that.
oh.
That's not even a mind pick. That's a heart pick. I'm going with Jay White to win this, even though
wait.
MJF's probably going to win it.
Oh my God! You know who we're missing?
Who?
One of the biggest AEW stars of all time. He kind of was a tag team with a literal icon.
Oh, Darby.
Darby.
Is he coming back soon?
It has to be, right? He climbed the mountain like a month and a half ago.
Nigel is supposed to make an appearance. Yes, that's another
Oh, yeah,
name.
he'll probably be on there.
Bill likes the Switchblade too. It's gonna be
a lot of
MJF.
names.
It's gonna be MJF. That's
Yeah,
the
I
obvious.
think-
It's like Seth Rollins with Money in the Bank is like MJF with this.
It's a safe pick. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't hurt anything.
Edge is gonna make. He might come back here.
Who's Edge?
Cope.
Cope.
We only know Cope around here.
Cope.
All right, so your official pick, MJF and Athena?
Athena. Yeah.
And I'm going with Switchblade, bang bang, Jay White and Willow Nightingale. We got a lot more big matchups here on AEW All In. This is basically just the big three, Ian. And talk about a big three. This could main event any other pay-per-view, but it's not going to main event this one, which is crazy. It's for the unified title. I don't know what titles they're holding because there's too many of them, but they're unifying them. And the rumor is that they're going to still hold three, which if that is true, that's not unifying, so don't hold three titles, please. Regardless, it's Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada. I mean, we know the history, Ian. These guys have been doing this now for over a decade. Two of the greatest in-ring talents of all time. But for me, it's got to be Kenny Omega. You got to give Kenny this moment. At the beginning of AEW, Kenny was the guy. He was the babyface. He was the top star. It's been a while, and once again, he had diverticulitis, so that kind of killed off a little bit of the momentum. But ever since he's gotten back, man, he's still getting great reactions. He's still the guy. I think Kenny Omega needs to win, unify these titles, and then Okada probably should do something else, especially after the Bucks lose their EVP status, that will free up Kazuchika Okada for more things to do outside of Kenny Omega. So give me Kenny in this matchup, Ian.
Okay, so I'm super excited for this match, obviously. I mean, who would not be? This one is really tough. I think it could go either way. First off, Okada was Omega's young boy, and they're still two of the greatest of all time.
Crazy.
Insane. That is insane how good Okada is, and how good Omega is, obviously. But, yeah, I've been seeing reports that Omega is close to finishing off his career. Just health reasons, obviously. I mean, I could not imagine the pain he has to go through just to wrestle.
Diverticulitis is serious shit. That's painful.
He literally he had intestines removed from his body. Like, he had organs taken out. Like, that's insane.
Disgusting. And
he wrestled like that for a while. But, this is a 50-50 for me, genuinely, which is crazy to say because I think there's fallout for each of these titles. But the fact that his career is kind of coming to a close and he's kind of been open about it, and that's been the story too, is I got to go with Omega winning these titles. The kind of the wild card in this is Don Callis, because the whole connection with Don Callis is still there. They've made that noticeable. I think Don Callis will get involved with this match, as he usually does with all of these Omega insane 6-star bouts that he has. Does it take effect? Does it do anything? I don't know. But this will be the last time we see Omega versus Okada. And I'm going to go with Omega on top.
Okay. I think it also will be the last match that they have. We don't need to see it happen again. This is the perfect venue, the perfect location, the perfect time. Do it now while you can, and let Kenny have this moment here at All In. We got one more comment before we move on to the two big matches. Bill says, sad if true, feel like I haven't seen enough of Omega. I need to watch this shit from New Japan. And Bill, I'm right there with you. The Kenny Omega that I got to experience was just AEW. I don't know about you, Ian.
Yeah,
Probably
I watched
little
tail
bit
end
before.
Bullet Club. That's about it. It is just crazy too, because AEW happened at the start of COVID,
2019,
and one of his biggest arguably his greatest title reign with AEW title, was during COVID, but it still delivered. Like Drew. It was awesome. Yeah, which is insane. It sucks, but I don't think Omega's going to be completely retired for a long time. I think he could go part-time, which is kind of what he's doing right now. I mean, he's not
big
in
shows.
the ring a lot. Yeah, so
Roman Reigns.
And no one's going to complain about that.
He could be there, Roman Reigns. I don't think that's a fair or an unfair comparison.
Yeah, well, they have the same wrestling talent, obviously.
Could you imagine that match, though?
Oh, my God.
Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns, I'd pay a lot of money to see that match. But we'll never see it. It'll never happen because, like you said, Omega might be done soon. Bill said he's watched him versus Okada 2 and 3 in his match. Yeah, we've seen all those, I think. Or at least I have as well. That Y2J match was really good, and that might be the last Jericho match I liked. I mean, seriously, it might be.
Yeah, Jericho Moxley wasn't too bad.
Has Jericho been off TV for a while now?
Yeah, he's on tour.
Stay on tour! No disrespect, he's a legend, but we don't need him anymore in AEW.
Correct.
What value is he providing to AEW now? Comedy?
Yeah, when he does comedy stuff, I fucking love it, but...
Also, I forgot to plug this. I know I made a post earlier that we might take the website away, but after further consideration, we might keep this website going.
We like this website. We have never said anything bad about this website.
Yeah, we have never bashed anybody at Spring, so go ahead to the On The Mark Wrestling Podcast.com if you want to support us. We got some great merch over there. Big reason why, Ian, is because I won't be able to customize a lot of things over on the website we got accepted to. So maybe I will just turn that site into the Main Event Wrestling Network merch. So we can just have our own merch on our site, and then the main event can go over to Brainbusters. How does that sound?
We could do that. We can manage that.
I think we can definitely do something like that. So we're going to keep our merch. It's here to stay. The best way to keep the lights on, though, for us here at OTM is by going there and checking out. Because we got Honorary Mark t-shirts, we got tank tops, we got hats, we got coffee mugs, we got tumblers. What else we got? Hoodies, crew necks.
Hoodies, crew necks, women's
Everything.
tops.
Yep.
Women's
Even the ladies.
leggings, I think.
I think we
used to.
pulled those. Erica has them, though. Erica's the one that has them. I think she's the only one.
So what happened to my
by the
order?
way, we never gave a public shout out to Erica Marini. Congrats on your engagement. We love you.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, you didn't know this?
No.
This happened like a month ago.
Congrats.
Yeah. You must not have been checking the group chats, or maybe she didn't.
It's tough to get me in those group chats nowadays.
Yeah, you got that right. Wait, what is he wedding?
We're naming the stuff on the website.
That's why he was doing it. Okay, that makes sense. Bill Moss with the assist in the chat. You love to see it. 2 more matches at All In, Ian. Let's get to them because we still have to talk about other shows happening this weekend. AEW Women's title on the line. Timeless Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné. And I think it's safe to say that this could be the biggest women's match outside of WWE of all time. That might be a lot, but it could be. What do you think? This is tough.
Be. Yeah, outside of WWE all time, could be. This one is really fucking tough because I love Toni Storm, but also at the same time, she's had this title for so long, it's okay to freshen things up, but at the same time, nothing needs freshened up.
That's not freshening,
so
giving
damn
Mercedes a belt, though. Mercedes has already had a belt.
Toni Storm is just so fucking good as champ. It could sell... she could sell her next match with a fucking toothpick, and I'm going to tune in for it. She's that damn good on the mic right now. I mean, she's a juggernaut, but at the same time, Mercedes Moné is a juggernaut. They booked this absolutely perfectly. As much as I hate to say it, I think Moné is going to win the title. Moné. But at the same time, they did this last year with Toni Storm. They had, now Blake Monroe win the title from Toni, and
what a world.
Then Toni went off into the abyss. So how does Toni recoup this time?
I don't know, man. And she has the most reigns, right? 4 reigns with that championship?
3. Oh, I think only 3.
I think it's 4. I don't know. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, Bill.
I'll find it.
But he said, with my eyes rolling, I think Moné is winning. And I think Mercedes Moné is winning as well. Ian, I think you were getting to that, correct?
Yeah, I did get to it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with you. Mercedes Moné is going to walk away with the AEW Women's title. I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off because a lot of people dislike Mercedes Moné.
Good.
And I kind of agree with the fans that say she doesn't need this. But at the same time, Toni Storm needs an adversary because Toni Storm is now in a league by herself. Mariah May was up there with her, in my opinion. Mariah May is no longer there. We need a number 2, if not the new number 1. Mercedes Moné was brought into AEW to create a buzz, to have great matches with different talent that she was unable to have talent with in the WWE. I think this is her moment. I think she walks out with the women's title. She has a decent reign. Who knows how long it's going to be. Hopefully not too long because we've already kind of seen her with long reigns with other titles, so I don't think this one would need to be a long one. But regardless, I think she's winning, and it's going to be an incredible matchup, and I think Toni Storm is going to be fine and defeat Ian. She's going to be just fine.
The thing is, the same story was going on last year, albeit a little bit different going into the match, but it's tough on how you could actually, legitimately bring Toni Storm back into the picture with, now you have the Women's Casino Battle Royal with, if you're predicting Willow, that's a pretty damn good competitor. It's honestly
that's my
a big
match. Yeah, Willow and Mercedes go run back. Let's do it.
And I'm bringing Athena to the table, another big match right there. So
Athena, Mercedes, yeah.
Toni Storm's got to almost kind of get in line, and that's not saying that if you just threw her back into the picture, okay, that's fine.
Tony's their Rhea Ripley. They can start and stop her whenever they want.
Yeah, it's really tough. I'm not upset with the Moné win. I'm not upset with the Toni win, obviously.
Me neither.
How do you get out of it? How do you back away from this?
I just don't think Mercedes can afford to lose this. Just with her character, what has been just being the belt collector. She's a heel. What happens if the heel loses this first time big matchup? I don't know how the heel gets back after Tony Storm. So, it might suck for some of you watching, but Mercedes Monday is going to walk out of Texas with that AEW world title around her waist. Bill said, I need Monet versus Statlander 3. Their first 2 matches were awesome. I agree, Bill. Statlander, another woman we did mention, but we really didn't consider her winning. She could win.
She could, yes. It's just the build for her hasn't been there necessarily. We know the talent's there. The build hasn't felt like, oh, she's bound for that title right now. Like, she's always been kind of in that Wardlow sphere where it's push, go, push, stop, push, stop.
I love the Wardlow sphere word. That just
I mean, it's a thing. And
it is.
It sucks because Chris Statlander is really good. He's back. Did you?
I know. That's why I said it. Start, stop, start, stop. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's a different story because his tag team retired and left, and then he left on his own.
Oh, you talking about the North American champion?
No, that was the second tag team he was a part of.
Gotcha.
But yes, also left, and then he was left to nothing. Yeah, I love Scorpio Sky. I hope this run does him well, but he, again, on the Collision fucking curse.
Yeah, what do you think about Bill's question? Has there been hints towards
Yeah.
this?
I've
missed
Moxley
them, so.
talks with her backstage.
Oh.
I like it.
Wait, so she could win the Battle Royal then if she's talking to Moxley?
Oh, no, wait. Oh, my God, if they end up taking the women's title, too?
Yep. Oh, just think of this. Jon Moxley retains his AEW title, and then Chris Statlander takes the title, and then they never show titles on TV again. Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas.
They go another year to next All In.
No, they're going to... Yeah, it's like WrestleMania 39. That's what they're going to do, right? So let's just talk about it. The main event. It's got a lot of people talking because I think a lot of us are concerned. What happens if Hangman Page doesn't win the AEW title here? We've been speaking of it. Let's get rid of Jon Moxley. The Death Riders are ruining wrestling. Some are saying that. Not Ian, not me. I haven't liked it, but they're not ruining the product for me. But nonetheless, the story is there, Ian. The table is set. Hangman Page, in my opinion, is the biggest star, at least the biggest babyface, I should say. The biggest babyface in AEW. So what are we thinking here? How do you see this main event shaking out? Jon Moxley versus Adam Hangman Page.
This is so tough. I'm going to go with my heart and be a mark here. Hangman Adam Page is going to win this title. Please, for the love of God, I hope he wins this title. And that's not just me wanting the title off Moxley. Yes, it is. But at the same time, the moment that this would be with Moxley or Adam Page winning the title.
In Texas.
I know, they had Bryan Danielson win the title at last year's All In. Had a big, giant pop. My favorite match of all time. Do they go 2 years in a row? I'm trying to think like Tony. What does Tony Khan want?
He wants the headlines.
And I think Adam Page winning the title is a good headline. An amazing headline.
You know what? I think
that's going to bring new eyes to the product.
I think Moxley retaining creates more of a buzz. At least a stir. The
issue is like, you're going to have him lose the title at a different pay-per-view other than All In? I mean, this story's gone on this long. It's going to have to be on the biggest stage of it all. Or not of all, but...
And Bill's right. It's crazy how the Shield has changed the wrestling industry with giving us 3 of the biggest stars in wrestling history. Yeah, they're all at the top of their respective shows, too. Roman doesn't compete as much, but what?
I was about to say, and then there was a 4th Shield member. Can you name the 4th one that was supposed to be?
Cassius Ohno.
Yes.
I'm a Shield mark, dude. I'm a Shield mark. The Shield debuted at Banker's Life. The Shield broke up at Banker's Life. That's Indianapolis for you out there watching us right now.
Down the street.
Right down the street from me and 20 minutes away? About?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Chris Hero. Cassius Ohno. That's what he was in NXT.
Oh, no.
I forgot Bill Moss just likes to hang on to the old names. He's a Walter guy, too. That's why he calls him that. But so you're going with Hangman here?
Yeah, I am. I'm not.
So it's a Texas death match. Obviously, the Death Riders are going to get involved. Do you think anybody is out there to help Hangman Page?
Everybody. This is going to be
the roster.
Yes, this is going to be a shit
like
fest
Cody.
Because Yeah, Cody will be there.
No, like Cody winning. Like that's the
oh.
comparison. Like all the
Yes.
Avengers coming out to help Hangman win.
Correct. And I mean, did you catch last night's main event? Like where kind of shit hit the fan at the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's a good taste of what we're going to get. And plus, add in, they're going to be going all around the arena.
Well, you know who might help him is Joe. Definitely Joe's going to be a big factor there. The ops.
All of the ops are going to be there.
Yeah.
You're going to have Swerve and Will be there again.
Really? Double
think
duty.
you have Bryan Danielson there.
It's the final countdown.
You have to,
That's
right?
the last guy to save Hangman from Moxley.
Yes. I mean,
oh my God! I just got.
Imagine Bryan comes out and turns heel.
He just hits the flying knee on
He was a
Hangman
Death Rider.
Page.
He was a Death Rider.
Oh my God, that would be the greatest. That might be too extreme, but that would be one of the greatest swerves of all time.
My
If
God.
Danielson were to come back to help the Death Riders. Oh, Ian.
I mean, just think about it.
Why did you say it though?
The whole conversation has been like, can that whole love triangle of Swerve, Will Ospreay, and Hangman Adam Page, can they get along to get this thing happen? They all get along in the end, but you got Bryan Danielson out of nowhere.
Fuck. I hate you putting that in my head.
I'm still going with that's my brain going, but I'm still going with Hangman winning.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hangman, too. I don't think I need to add on it much. Everybody knows Hangman Page is my favorite wrestler in AEW. I think he deserves this moment. If this is your WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year, why not give one of your OG talents, the guy that was in the very first AEW Championship match, a title again? Because cowboy shit is what's up. And Jon Moxley, you've done enough, bro. Take a break. Seriously, every year we say this, like, all right, Moxley, you did your job, now leave. And then he comes back, and we're like...
And the thing is like, this whole title reign that's been getting shit from everybody, it's going to be looked back upon and be, yeah, it worked out in the end. Because turns out the bookers, well, they know a little bit. They know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I still didn't like the longevity of the story.
Correct. I agree. It took a long time to get here, but we're finally here. So let's forget about it. Let's never pretend like it happened again.
Sure. And Bill's right. Can't believe that Hangman was a red-hot heel just a year ago. Months ago, honestly, wasn't it?
His character really hasn't changed. That's the craziest part. It's just like
tweaks, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he's been his whole entire AEW run. It's little
He's the
tiny
best.
tweaks and just keeps on going. It's awesome. I love it.
I'm going to have All In on the big screen, Great American Bash on the side, but the volume will definitely be on All In. Yeah. So that show's starting at 3 your time. What time do you think it's going to end? It's only 8 matches, so it's kind of shorter.
I think it goes till 8.
So you're thinking 5 hours?
5 hours.
That's probably right. That's probably right. 8. They probably don't... Well, then again, do you think they really care about bleeding into Saturday night's main event? Because Saturday night's main event, well, yeah.
They announced that after, too.
Well, if it were to end at 8, that's when Saturday night's main event would start Eastern, so that would be perfect.
Oh. And again...
that might work out perfectly, yeah.
It would be kind of hilarious,
cool.
too, because, Tony's just like, I don't fucking care.
Pre-show? Yeah. No, that would be more like the post-show, Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm going to be taking a nap.
Let's talk a little bit about Saturday night's main event because there might be some old heads, Dirk, that are watching this right now that might want us to talk about this show. There are 4 matches, I think, that are announced for it. You have Rollins versus LA Knight, which me and you both talked about and you saw on our list. Yep. Very much looking forward to seeing those two go at it because there's a lot of hype behind LA Knight right now. So let's just talk about that one for a little bit. And just I've really enjoyed the presentation of LA Knight as of late, and I've kind of liked how Rollins' faction had singled out certain guys, and now we have their faction versus, single stars with LA Knight and Jey Uso and all these other guys. So just tell me what you have going and what you're feeling about this match here.
I think this is a good opportunity for LA Knight. And I mean, in the fact of he's probably not going to win this match. Actually, I'll just go with my prediction. He's not going to win this match. Seth Rollins will win this match. But it's going to be how do you bounce back from it and keep that same energy that you have in these promos. I know it's written, but still he has to deliver them. So if he feels defeated after he gets the news that he's not going to win the match, how do you respond? How do you keep this crowd engaged? I don't think the crowd's going to go anywhere. But this little push, this is all LA Knight needed. Let the guy fucking run with it. Give him the ball and he will play.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I also agree with Bill. He said I would have preferred this match to be on a pay-per-view. That way they'd have more time and not riddled with commercials. Because this is a hot feud right now, in my opinion.
I just want to say something about that. What's the difference between a pay-per-view? It's okay, PLE, whatever, pay-per-view, PLE.
PLE's on Peacock, and it's live streamed. The other ones are on TV, I guess.
I don't get that. This is a pay-per-view to me. It's been built as one, kind of like one, same exact way. It's got 4 matches. I get it.
I don't look at it as a pay-per-view or PLE.
It's taking my Saturday night away.
It's a house show. It's a house show.
I don't know. I feel this is just a pay-per-view to me.
Well, Drew and Randy should be fun. I think that'll be a no contest. What do you think? Drew just came back. Do a no contest.
Yeah, sure.
Prolong it.
Yeah.
The other match just announced, Jimmy Uso versus Solo. Solo just won, so Solo retains.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the main event, the match I'm least looking forward to, Ryan Vogus is wetting his pants right now. Goldberg challenging for the world title against Gunther. Ian, what are the odds, plus whatever, for Goldberg to walk out as WWE World Champion?
Kind of crazy. Plus 950.
I think that's actually fair. Yeah. Because that's still an underdog play.
It's like a guy hitting a home run first at bat. I mean, this match is gonna be 5 minutes. I'm just worried.
What is longer, Goldberg's last entrance or the match? I'm being dead serious.
The entrance is shorter.
Entrance.
I think the entrance is shorter. It was a very long entrance, but I think it was still only like 2 minutes. But
how do you book this match? Because you even said it before, I think early in the show or before the show, that you didn't hate the last build segment to this match.
No. But this is how they do it. Every time Goldberg does this in returns for a title, he gets really pissed off, and then the last segment is him getting pissed off, and he wants to get his hands on the champion, doesn't do it, and then the match comes, and then spear, jackhammer. That's how it is. That's a Goldberg match right there. That's how it was back then, too. When he had the title, that's all it was. It was a spear, and then match is over in 15 seconds. Boom. There you go. Have fun.
So Gunther's winning, though, right?
Yes.
I don't know how this match can be good. I really don't. Obviously, Goldberg has to hit one spear. He has to hit one jackhammer. But please, don't make it look bad, because the dude struggled to walk down the fucking ring last week.
I don't think he'd get him up for a jackhammer.
I don't think so either. That's why I'm scared for this match, Ian. It's going to turn into Goldberg and Undertaker.
Yeah, I was about to say, he couldn't get Undertaker up, and it was not a good jump.
I'm worried.
It was also Undertaker. Gunther's going to have to... He's going to have to get up there.
Gunther has to carry. Yeah, well, it's because he just commented, Walter, dick. It's Bill's fault. But no, Gunther's going to retain the Ringero. And then I don't know who he's going to face next. I guess there's kind of the same...
Jey Uso.
It's the same... Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's the same main event scene right now on Monday Night Raw. They needed the draft. They're doing the draft thing soon.
Yeah, and something needs changed up. It does feel old right now.
But hey, we got one more PLE pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, to talk about. But before we do that, why don't we see what the listeners are saying about the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast?
What's everybody saying about the On the Mark Podcast?
It's just insane, and I love it.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
Unlike any other.
It's a great show.
We'll be right back after a brief intermission.
My favorite part about that is it goes, "We'll be right back after the intermission," and then it's just like 5 seconds of music. Wasn't the whole intermission the whole set?
Yep. I didn't make it. Some guy made it for Tuck. Well, speaking of which, Tuck is going to be back, guys. Don't worry. I think this was the last week of baseball.
Yes,
for him.
Correct.
Yeah, so he'll be back. But I'll tell you what, the people are loving the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. That's what they are saying. But one thing I'm not loving, and my general reaction to the build of Evolution 2, is summarized in this 3-second clip that I'm about to show you.
What was that? Huh? What was that?
Seriously, Ian, what was that? What was the build to Evolution 2? We had, 2 weeks to build to it, which goes back to the point that we always say, too many PLEs, right?
Yeah. You know, actually, why are you complaining? You got the pay-per-view. Now shut up, okay? There it is. Here you go.
Well, I am glad. The women deserve it, but they're not getting the proper build. It's not the women's fault.
No, I know. I was doing the usual
IWC?
Yeah. Which it's the first time I kind of agree with it. It's like, dude, you had this announced for such a long time. I get it. Liv Morgan got hurt.
That screwed them.
Yeah, it did hurt. But, like, that's one match. That was probably maybe a tag match with the Bella Twins. If not, just a solo match with Nikki. Yeah, I think it was a one-on-one, too. But there's no way you didn't have more than just one match planned this whole time. Well, the triple threat was probably also a part of the plan.
I was going to say, that's the one match where I'm like, okay, we had a plan here.
Yeah,
you know, the women's tag kind of too. Like, to earn your way onto the card, there's kind of a plan there.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, let's just say this. Evolution 2 is going to be great. I think it's going to be great. The talent is not the issue here. It's just the build to it and the excitement levels are not there. A lot of it's last-minute scrambling. You have part-timers going for major titles, which is fine because I believe Nikki Bella was kind of a part-timer when she was in her main event of Evolution against Ronda Rousey. So that makes sense. I'm cool with that. The women deserve this moment. It's just, man, they could have done it justice, and they didn't. But, man, they have the opportunity to prove WWE wrong in not doing so on Sunday. So let's talk about that Battle Royal. We don't know really all the participants. We do know Nikki Bella is going to be in the Battle Royal since she won't be facing Liv Morgan. So that would be a popular pick, maybe, Ian. But the winner gets a title shot, actually, at Clash at Paris. So I don't know if that affects how you look at this thing. I've seen Ivy Nile, Natalya, Maxine Dupree, Stephanie Valkyrie going to be in this match. And I think that's probably going to be my pick, is Stephanie Valkyrie getting a title match at Paris.
Yeah, that's right. Out of all those names, it's like...
Not Primera. She's number one.
Yeah.
Right? I could see Nikki Bella winning, though, and getting a title match.
I would hate it now.
Oh, I would hate it, too. Trust me.
Oh, my God. I am not a Nikki Bella fan, obviously.
We aren't.
But the whole part-time thing coming back, I thought we were kind of over that. But obviously not. Look at the two events that they have that we talked about.
Yeah, you have Nikki Bella and Trish Stratus on it. But that makes sense. It's Evolution 2, the nostalgia feel. You got to have it.
Yes. I don't know. It doesn't... The whole Battle Royale thing, like, they did the same... This is like the copy-paste from Evolution 1 to Evolution 2. I mean, they had the Battle Royal. They had... I think they had the Mae Young Classic as well.
Yeah, I think
a part of it.
Tony
which
Storm
was awesome.
and Kyrie were on there.
Yeah, which was fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. I wish they would have had a tournament or something going into this.
Well, they didn't have anything like a qualifier. And then on NXT, they had a summit. Like Ava Raine announced there's 6 NXT superstars. So we have Jada Parker, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Lash Legend, Izzy Dame, and Tatum Paxley, which... It would be cool to see Jada Parker and Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan, I think, in that match.
They ain't winning.
No, they're not winning. Those are some nice belts we have. Look at us. We are the AEW champions.
These are the same belts, actually.
We're like Team Hell No when they're like, I'm the tag team champions. No, I'm the tag team champions. No, I'm the AEW champion. We are doing well, Robbie. Thanks for stopping by. But we're both going with Stephanie, La Primera, correct?
Yes.
Numero uno.
No one else is winning that.
So I'm not going to spoil who I think's winning. Io versus Rhea.
Okay.
But that match, big match. Just saying. You'll hear it a little bit later. But that's who I think she's going to face. This one I'm also looking forward to because this has arguably been the best women's feud of the year, in my opinion. In professional wrestling, I'm enjoying it at least. It's Naomi versus Jade Cargill. We all know the backstory. Jade got a win at WrestleMania, and now she's facing off again against Naomi in a no-holds-barred match. So, Ian, how you see this one shaking out? Don't forget, Jade Cargill already has an opportunity at SummerSlam for the world title.
Yeah, and that briefcase is still there. So you're going to want to put that momentum on Naomi's shoulders. I think you want to have Naomi go win here.
Okay. And then you're just saying that just because you know Jade's already safe, has that title opportunity?
Yeah, then you have Jade kind of concerned about Naomi during the entire match.
Like looking over her shoulder the whole time? Yeah.
Even even if she wins that title, then immediately you have that story. Obviously, that's already written there. It makes sense just if Naomi doesn't win, but I could see it going either way, though. Just a normal booking brain, you want to keep the momentum behind the person having the title match, but I think a little swerve here, while Naomi is this red hot, makes sense.
You might have flipped me. I'm going to stick with Jade Just because I do agree with what you were saying, just like the person that's already got the opportunity, keep her hot, keep that momentum going. But going back to what you said earlier, Naomi still has a fallback plan.
Yeah.
She has the briefcase. Losing doesn't hurt Naomi because she has that guaranteed title opportunity. And I agree with you. And we've been talking about her cashing in at SummerSlam, I think now for months on this show. Like that's what we've been seeing. That's the perfect plan. It's Jade wins here. Naomi's out. Let's say Jade hurts Naomi. It's no holds barred. She just beats the living crap out of Naomi. And Jade thinks that Naomi's going to be missing an extended period of time. But you have Naomi cash in on Jade after she wins.
I got my pick in already, but that would have flipped me if you would have talked first.
Yeah. We almost flipped each other there. Yeah. It was a Spider-Man meme.
Forgot about the no holds barred.
Or it could go the other way. What if Belair were to help Jade? That's a possibility.
Yeah, it would be more Belair helping Jade. I think Belair helping Naomi, that is so much story to tell on, like...
Well, that'd be turning heel. You'd be turning Bianca heel.
Yeah, you got to make it make sense real quick.
Well, I don't know if you've seen Ian. There's rumors that a big WWE superstar is rumored to turn heel soon, but we don't know who.
Whoa!
Whoa! It's Cody Rhodes music. Here comes Cody Rhodes. Is that what John Cena did?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a clip of John Cena in an orange T-shirt. No, I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it real quick. Here comes Turning Rhodes. But no, Belair does need a heel turn. I agree with him. Is that something you would like to see, Bianca Belair?
Yeah. I just don't think this is the place at this moment. I think you could do that during the build-up to Jade's match. Right now... Sure, I guess. I just wish this was a triple threat in general.
Yeah.
If this would have been a triple threat in the first place,
isn't that what we were?
Make sense.
Isn't that what we were really predicting? Didn't we say that we thought that was going to happen at Evolution?
We wanted it at SummerSlam, and now this match is already happening. And if you're going to try to get Belair into this, you might as well just made this a triple threat and made this. I mean, I know we already had the other triple threat, but that doesn't matter in wrestling anymore. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Belair's hurt, and that's probably why she's not in this match.
Or is she?
Or, I mean, they obviously still can get to that match, you know? Like, isn't it inevitable at this point that those three are going to have a triple threat at some point?
Yeah.
But where is the question? Survivor Series, but you could do it on teams. Dude, Bill, we'll get to that during that match. That's one of my points as well. It's not great, but what's your official pick once again? Sorry?
Naomi. I'll stick to it, but... I should go Jade, but I'm going to go Naomi.
You know, it's okay. There's no stakes.
Yeah. Okay, well, then I'll go Jade. But, no, fuck it. I'm going Naomi.
Don't be a flip-flopper like Erica Marini. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going Naomi. My women's title's not on the line. On the line?
On the line? On the line? That reminds me of, have you ever seen The Internship with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn?
No.
Where they're like, you haven't seen that movie?
Probably not. I might have seen.
All right, seriously, you have to add that to your rotation.
Internship. I have.
Can you promise me?
I'll throw it. I'm going on the list right now.
Oh, there you go. We're gonna see it. We're gonna get a review. Can we get a review from you on the internship as well?
One of these years, sure.
Just like a TikTok, just like a TikTok. Like, hey, give me a little view, a little clip.
This is my list of movies I need to watch. So,
okay,
it's going onto the list.
Also, Ian, I found the clip that I'm talking about. Do you want to hear John Cena sing Cody Rhodes' theme song?
Yes.
I don't want to get copyrighted. This is by the WWE's TikTok, so make sure you're following them on TikTok. Oh, that's great. There goes Cody Rhodes.
Whoa!
Speaking of lists, I hope I get a lot of matches on my match of the year list. That's a great question. So let me ask this. How many matches get added to my match of the year list this weekend, do you think?
You're getting 3 from AEW, at least.
Oh, wait, let me see the list. What did I get last time on an AEW pay-per-view?
I'm pretty sure you had 4 or 5. Because last pay-per-view was insane.
No, I had 2. Mercedes and Jamie and Hangman and Ospreay. I only
Revolution, because Double or Nothing was last. Revolution, there was a lot. I know that.
Revolution, I had 3.
Yeah.
No, 4. Yeah. Revolution, I had MJF, Hangman, Swerve, Ricochet, Tony and Mariah, and Ospreay and Fletcher. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I still think Tony and Mariah might be my match of the year. Just saying.
I mean, it makes
It was
sense.
awesome. It was so good.
Makes sense.
The story helps. You know me. If a story's attached to a great match,
Yeah.
takes it above.
Well, you're gonna add another. Well, you're gonna add an ROH match to your match of the year candidate list. So,
You think I'm going to watch ROH?
well, that ROH CMLL show.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to get 3 this weekend. I think I'm going to get 1 from NXT. NXT always gives me one good one. But which one is it going to be? Oh, it'll be Ethan Page, Ricky Saints. That's what I think. Or
Yeah.
Javon Evans, Jasper Troy.
Dude,
Yeah.
that
match could steal the weekend, and that is crazy to say. It could.
It could.
All right. We got a couple more matches on Evolution to talk about. Actually, more than a couple. We got a lot. But let's talk about my main event. Deep down in my heart, you would agree with me. The best build on Evolution 2. Women's IC titles on the line. Becky Lynch, the champ, taking on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Ian, give me your thoughts.
Well, I just want to talk about the feud really quick because
The Bird
this
Lady?
is the absolute perfect feud. Well, yes, I love the Bird Lady. I am Bird God, but that's a joke for
You
just
need
my
to get
friends.
Bird Lady merch. That's what we need. Bird Lady merch.
I would love some Bird Lady merch. I
need
haven't
it.
seen any of it, but I would love it. But anyway, this entire feud has been perfect. It's the perfect epitome of an awesome feud because every single one of these women have gone through changes in a good way for their character, and they're developing their own character. Look at Lyra. She's become a serious
She's
contender
great.
now for anything.
Oh,
Bayley-
wait. Jonathan Coachman said she wasn't believable on the mic, Ian.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm dumb. Lyra sucks.
Yeah. We got to listen to the coach, the guy that got fired from WWE 3 times.
See ya, bud. Yeah, now he commentates golf, and then he got thrown away from that. Get fucked.
Didn't he come back like just recently too on commentary, and WWE was like, "No, you suck. We're not
I have
doing that."
no idea.
I
I don't
think
know.
they did.
Don't care. Fuck
Yeah.
you, coach. But anyway, this whole feud has been awesome. It's rejuvenated Bayley, which is much needed. I'm
Yeah.
glad she's not just that whole fake babyface thing that she was running for a little while there. Please give her new music.
Yes.
Becky Lynch has developed amazingly with this character already. She hasn't said much either. Like, sure, she says something every now and then, but she's kind of
cutting
like
good promos.
she's like the mediator between this whole feud between Bayley and Lyra. I'll just go with my prediction now. Becky's retaining because the whole feud right now is Lyra and Bayley, and that's what it's turning into. And
ain't
Becky's
lying.
just gonna. It kind of reminds me of that whole like I don't know, like throwing a grenade into the room and just kind of walk away like nothing happened. That's what Becky's doing, and just gonna walk away with the title.
It's like throwing 2 caged animals in there that haven't eaten in a week.
Yeah,
And just let them go at each other. They're
Yeah,
gonna be hungry,
Becky's gonna just stand there and watch these two fight this entire match.
and then she's gonna sneak out a win at the end, isn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah, that's exactly what's gonna
And it's,
happen. I
I'm
love
the
it.
greatest intercontinental champion of all time.
I fucking love it.
She's
This
fucking great. This
Yeah.
is one of my favorite versions of Becky Lynch, which is crazy to say.
heel Becky. Well, that's what she was on the Indies, all heel.
You know what? You know what? You know what I gotta say to this? You know, Eric said, "I'm sorry, I miss y'all because I'm watching Idiot." You know what you are? That's what you are, Eric, for watching Collision, because nobody watches Collision over OTM. You idiot. Jesus, that was perfect, wasn't it?
Perfect timing. That was
Yeah,
really
how
good.
about that? Becky escapes with the roll-up victory, but my bias would love to see Lyra, and I think we'll get there, right?
Eventually, yeah. Lyra, she's not ready for the world title picture.
Not
She
yet.
still has more developing to do, and I could see these 3 women fighting over this title for a while.
Rest of the year.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm down
Yeah.
for it.
Me too. I think
This-
you could get to a position, Ian, where you could have Becky lead a team at Survivor Series and Bayley lead a team, or Lyra, vice versa.
That's a possibility. I don't want to throw too many names in the bucket because I think what they're doing kind of now, it's more like personal feelings. I don't want to throw too many people into the pool around
Yeah.
this title.
Fair.
Right now, this title feels special.
Important.
It's one of their more important titles, and it's brand fucking new as of this year. which
It's
is
the opposite
insane.
of the United States one.
Tough.
Julia's not even on the card. Why can't we get Julia on the card?
She'll be in the battle
She
royal.
could she could win the Battle Royal, now that I think about it, but I mean, you have Women's Evolution. It's an all women's pay-per-view, and you can't put all your titles on the line. You can't even throw the NXT North American champion on there. That might be asking for too much because they at least put the NXT championship on it. So she isn't. No, Julia isn't on the card. She might
Not
be in the
announced.
Battle Royal though. Yeah, we don't know for sure, but I'm going with Lyra too, or not Lyra. I'm going with Becky too to retain here. I do think Lyra will win it back eventually. I don't think Bayley's ever going to hold this title, at least not in this feud. And I think Lyra, honestly, is a prime suspect to win Money in the Bank next year. I think we'll be talking about Lyra Valkyria in the world title scene in 2026. Just not yet. I agree with you. I think Bird Lady hanging out with IC title, and we might be talking at the end of the year, Ian, that Becky and Lyra is a feud of the year.
It's up there. It has to be. Again, just purely based off how good this feud has been, you have to.
Yeah, I have an issue with them giving mid-card titles on main event talent.
Ooh.
I kind of like it, though. It kind of helps elevate the title a little bit.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying I completely disagree with that, because you can make what
Becky's
makes
making that title more important.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a mid-card title. Sure, you have your main title.
Well, it is. There is a mid-card title. That's a mid-card title. It is still a world championship.
It could feel
It
more
is a
important.
world championship. You're right.
And it could feel more important than the world title. It feels more important than Gunther's title right now, does it not?
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Also, update on the Bird Lady merch. She has one shirt. Not great.
Oh, it doesn't say Bird Lady on it?
Well, no, it's her victory of winning the Intercontinental title. It's very wordy. So
I hate wordy shirts.
Yeah.
Unless
nice
it's the
and
Bryan
brief.
Danielson appreciation shirt. That's the best one. Which, if he comes back, go to the OnTheMarkWrestlingPodcast.com. You can get that Bryan Danielson appreciation shirt. It's a great one. 4 more matches here. Let's move quick because I'm getting tired. Women's Tag Team Championship match. Raquel and Roxanne, the champs of the Judgment Day, taking on the new pairing, which I have been enjoying, of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And then you got NXT represented by my favorite group, probably on TV right now, Zaruka, Sol Ruka, and Zarya. And then the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, who just got that opportunity on Monday Night Raw. On paper, Ian, this is actually a pretty stacked women's 4-way match, but you could make a case for every one of these teams except for Zaruka, in my opinion.
You could, if you really dig deep, because it would build those teams. Like Kabuki Warriors, they've been around for a while, which is kind of crazy to say. In WWE, kind of that sphere, you've seen their name a lot of times because they've been a tag team for a while. Sure, they could benefit from a title win. Zaruka, they're just in there to make a statement as...
Showcase. That's what they're doing.
It's a showcase. Bliss and Charlotte, I have not been aware of this pairing at all.
Really? You have not been watching SmackDown then?
No, when I tell you I don't watch it, I don't watch it. And it's not because I don't want to. It's just like...
Oh, that's like my Collision. What my Collision is your SmackDown then. Okay, yeah, no, the Lex and Charlotte have like this Mean Girls dynamic where they both don't like each other and they're trying to get along and coexist just to win a title.
So what you're saying is they're going to feud after this and not win the titles. Give me Raquel and Roxanne because
Correct.
Roxanne and Judgment Day is money.
Yes, that was my thinking. It's like there's so much TV time devoted to the Judgment Day and this Roxanne development that it would be stupid, in my opinion, to take those titles off of them. Like, eventually the Kabuki Warriors should get those titles back because I think they're great. Well,
I was just laughing because we're in 2025 and we want Raquel Rodriguez to retain a title on a pay-per-view.
Hey, I liked Raquel in NXT. I thought she was great. She had a great feud with Rhea Ripley.
Raquel and Rhea Ripley in their last match at whatever show that was awesome. Saudi, yeah, that was an awesome fucking match.
Yeah. Eric's going with Alexa and Charlotte. I see a lot of people picking that, but I think it's just setting up the Alexa-Charlotte one-on-one match that's going to happen at SummerSlam. Zaruka, they have things going on in NXT. Sol Ruka's the NXT North American champion and the Speed champion. She'll be fine. Kabuki Warriors, they just reunited. They're not going to win. So, yeah, keep the story going with the Judgment Day. I'm going with Raquel and Roxanne. Eric said they literally won because Charlotte patted Alexa on the head and the ref counted it as a tag. So there's your little backstory there on how they earned their way into this matchup last week. NXT titles on the line. JC Jane, the transitional champion. Sorry, JC, you're great. You've done good things in NXT, but the title's going on Jordynne Grace, correct?
Sure. I don't know anything about JC Jane. Yes.
JC Jane was a part of Fatal Influence, Toxic Attraction. She was with Gigi Dolan, and you weren't even watching NXT during then.
I know.
Jeez, wow, Ian knows nothing about JC Jane. You're like little Sam from the Sam's on Wrestling podcast that we have on YouTube at the Main Event Wrestling Network. He doesn't watch NXT. He doesn't know anything about it.
No.
But it's he thinks Jordan's going to get called up. It's just going to be like Stephanie Vaquer and Julia. They're going to win the title, and then they're going to get called up. They did the same thing with Julia, and then they did it with Stephanie. Yeah, guys, listen to what I'm saying. Everybody's saying she's going to get called up. She is, But she's got to win the title first because
Wait.
you'll do Jordan Grace beating JC Jane, and then Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace will be the next feud.
Question for you though. Don't you think Jordan Grace should be coming up to the main roster soon?
I actually thought you were going to. I actually thought you were going to give me what I want on that one.
Give me what I want.
Jordan Grace is going to win the NXT Championship. We're not talking about this match anymore. Hey, Trish Stratus is back, and she's got a world title opportunity because Tiffany said, I want to face Trish Stratus at Evolution. And it happened the week before Evolution. And this is supposed to be one of your bigger matchups on the card, Ian. How excited are you?
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Don't say that to me. Are you saying that to the women? Come on. There's good talent here. Okay. You can tell this episode's been going on for a long time.
I don't care. I really don't.
Tiffany needs to turn heel. The babyface is not working.
Plus,
Her title reign didn't work, in my opinion. I didn't like it.
No, which sucks because Tiffany Stratton is the future of WWE. Just this ain't
As
it,
a
boss.
heel.
Yeah, as a heel.
Put the title on Trish Stratus. I don't give a fuck. I'm serious. I'm serious. Put the title on her.
Oh.
Dude, let's get weird. I'm in. I'm so in. I'm not picking it, but I want it to happen. That's how bad I dislike this Tiffany Stratton title reign. I just want... But then it would be Trish and Jade, and I would hate myself, so never mind. No, they need Tiffany to carry Jade. So
I was about to also say, if Trish Stratus won that title, you're going to see her once before SummerSlam comes around, and then you're going to see her lose the title at SummerSlam, and that's it.
But if that means I get to see Trish Stratus in pink at SummerSlam in person... Gags is good. Actually, whoever wins, JC and Jordan will get Masha. Ooh, that's a good shout, though. Masha's the TNA champ, or knockout champion. Tiffany turning heel on arguably the best women's wrestler would be good for her. Yeah, you can have Tiffany win. They go for the mutual respect, shake hands afterward, and then Tiffany just slams. Because Jade's going to be the face in that match at SummerSlam. Or at least she should be, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, she will be.
Yeah. You got to have Tiffany turn heel here. Yeah, maybe that's why they did this then. That would make sense, right?
It would. Do they do it though? I don't know. I hope they do.
Pull the trigger. Do it.
Yeah.
I think that's if that happens, then this match is worth it. But once again, this match could be good. Trish could still go. Better than watching a Bella wrestle.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Duh. Just I'm not excited for the wrestling of this match. I have not been excited about the story of this match. It's that's all it comes down to.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
There you go, Eric. We gave you what you want. You're welcome. That's what happens when we go over an hour and 20. We just get loosey-goosey over here. This is a fun podcast. Which, shout out to our audio listeners. Is there any audio listener listening at this point? If you are, comment back to our tweet on X with just all in.
You can comment on Spotify too.
Oh, you can? Say all in. Just say you're all in with OTM. Comment that if you're listening right now at 122. Bill said, Bellas were never good. I'm tired of people pretending they did anything incredible. Well, they did stuff.
They were,
pioneers.
Pioneers. And same with
made
Natalia.
it mainstream.
Natalia is a pioneer as well. It's just in today's wrestling now, women's wrestling has evolved so much that you really have to bring it if you want to stay relevant now.
They relied on their looks and their personality back in the day, and now it's...
It goes further than that. They did fight for their spots that women now have gotten and they have earned. Like it goes more than that. That's a whole conversation.
Yeah, we don't have enough time for that because what I'm thinking might be the main event. At least it should be because at least talent-wise, this is the best matchup you probably can have on Evolution. Women's world title on the line. Io Sky, the women's champion, taking on Rhea Ripley. The problem here, Ian, is that we just recently have been doing these matches with Rio and Io, so the excitement level is not there. Like, it should be there because, like I said, these are your two top women right now, arguably in the WWE, but I'm not excited for it, and that's a problem.
Yeah, and that's coming from you, which is insane.
I love both these women, yes. Yep.
I'm not a huge Io fan. I've been vocal about that. I don't hate her. I like her matches. I just don't like the character. I don't really care for her. I don't know. Hey, you know what? Jericho, you go sit on the fucking bench. Go on your fucking tour.
Jericho is on the bench. I hope he stays there. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, that's a good point. Rhea Ripley, I absolutely love.
You mean Rhea Hogan?
Yes. Oh, yeah, Rhea Hogan.
Because that's the cool thing to do. When somebody's winning matches, you just call him Hogan.
Yeah, and the crazy part is like, I think Rhea's going to win this match. I didn't bring that to SummerSlam, and you get number 3 of Io versus Rhea.
I hate that you said it because I agree. Because the story is Io has Rhea's number. Like, I don't think Rhea's ever beaten Io one-on-one.
No.
And a lot of people are saying, oh, I feel bad for Io. Like, you know, you're going to end her title reign again with Rhea Ripley.
She's had the title for a while.
That, and they gave Io a moment at WrestleMania.
Correct.
Io retained her title in arguably the match of the year with her and Bianca. So I wouldn't be mad if Rhea won, but I just don't. You have to close Evolution 2 with something big, and a retention isn't it. They're going to do it with, you know, what is the thing I'm looking for? Confetti, and it's just fireworks everywhere. Pyro going wild with Rhea becoming a new champion. They're going to crown a moment here at Evolution.
Yeah, and again, like, people saying that poor Io, literally, think of Lyra Valkyria's title reign. That went on for a long time, didn't feel like it, but when you look back, it went on for a long time.
Half a year.
Io. Yeah, Io's title reign has been before WrestleMania, well before WrestleMania, actually. Yeah, it's been a long time, so it doesn't hurt her in any way whatsoever. And this is match number 2 for Io's title with Rhea Ripley, so it doesn't hurt her if she just slips up this time. That's the story they could tell.
Yeah, and I think this is a fair take from Eric. He said his major issue is that he really wants to see Rhea without the title for a while, but the problem is they don't have anybody built up to be in that main event scene. So they got to go to Rhea.
The only one is Roxanne and Judgment Day.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, they could get there. They're going to have Liv when she comes back, obviously.
Yeah, but Rhea needs to go away from Judgment Day because we saw that for a year straight. Just women need to step up. That's the main gist of it.
Well, it's not the women that need to step up. It's the booking of the women that needs to step up.
Yeah, I should rephrase. Yeah,
the women
there needs to be more women in the main event scene.
The WWE women's division is the best women's division of all time. It's not even close.
Agree. Correct.
It's just not even close. But I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley, unfortunately, because Io is in my Fave 5. Io is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, honestly. I think she's great, but she's going to be fine. Like, Io is still going to be around. I don't see her going anywhere. It's another girl you could put into any spot, and she's going to succeed. So they're going to make a moment here to close out Evolution 2. Mommy sells tickets. Mommy puts butts in seats. Even though some people might be getting tired of her, it's all about making memories and moments, right? That's what the WWE is all about.
Yeah, but here's the thing, too, about that. People could say they're getting tired of her, but the tens of thousands of people that show up to the arena are not tired of seeing her. So sit down and shut up. And just watch.
Eric, I know. I accidentally botched it, all right? You don't have to say it 3 different times. He said, Rhea never beat Io. I know. I said it earlier. I did say that earlier, didn't I?
Said you did own up to it.
I did. We got to decide on who the MVM is. I don't even have to give a backstory because there's really only one person that was here from start to finish, hung out with us for an hour and a half, and I want to call out the Main Event Wrestling Network, too. I am very disappointed in the Main Event Wrestling Network tonight because usually you guys show up in our chat, but I didn't see any member of the Main Event Wrestling Network in our chat tonight. And I watch everybody's content on this goddamn network. And I tell you what, I have the power here at the Main Event Wrestling Network to promote only one show. And it could be the best show on this fucking network. And it's the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, damn it. I just went heel there for a second, Ian. Sorry.
I don't like it. Go back to
I'm kidding.
Skags.
I'm kidding.
I'm
back. I'm joking. I'm joking. And Bill's saying, give me what I want. Eric's already congratulating him, so we might as well say it. And new MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, Hot Sauce. Bill Moss. No arguments, right?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce?
Sauce?
It's like when he said soft. I kind of miss Enzo.
Wow.
I kind of miss him.
If you tweeted that out right now, you'd be killed on Twitter.
He's not acquitted of anything. Like, he's guilty or innocent. He's not guilty.
I wish him and Big Bill would be reunited.
Because his name is Enzo Amore. Oh, man.
I miss him.
And this right here, this is Big Cass. And he's 7 foot tall. And you can't teach that. We just wanted to do that, guys. It's been a long episode. We appreciate you guys. Oh.
Realest guys in the room. How you doing?
How you doing? I almost hurt myself there.
Sorry,
Guys, if you want to support the podcast, you could do so by going to the onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com. I don't know how long it's going to be up. I really don't. But it's up. So you can support us by going over there and getting yourself some wonderful merchandise. If you want to keep up with the show and what's going on over at the Main Event Wrestling Network, make sure you follow us at Pod on the Mark on all the socials and the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net, because this Sunday, live at 11 a.m. Central, it will be an Evolution 2 preview with Jay Gold, with the Great Brown Hope, and Tino, who couldn't show up for OTM this week. Shame on you. But if you want to support us in other ways, you can subscribe to the channel, because we are live every single week. We are posting content every week. We don't take weeks off unless it's last week. So, yeah, I forgot we took a week off last week, all right? And this right here is Carmella, and she's hot as hell. Yeah, I remember that version of it, too. You remember that back in the day when Carmella? Oh, yeah, you weren't around for that. That was NXT.
Yeah.
They used to date, too. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole, because that led to something that was negative. But, hey, instead of being an asshole and picking sides this weekend, guys, just enjoy all the professional wrestling that we have to offer, because there's 4 shows out there, Ian. It's okay to watch them all, isn't it?
No, tweet about the wrestling companies you don't like and just bash all of their product. And don't watch it.
And when Ian says that, it's opposite day.
Yeah,
so do the opposite.
I'm going to watch all of it. It's a lot of wrestling to watch, so watch what you want to watch and shut your mouth on the stuff you don't watch.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. If you don't watch it, then don't comment on it. Or don't bash it.
I don't watch Love Island, but I don't come on this podcast and trash it.
I don't watch Love Island either. Why is everybody talking about that?
I don't know. That thing's ass.
I watch Love is Blind. Like,
suck.
at least that's better. You would. I think you would like Love is Blind.
I don't like love shows. They're too
I love
cheesy
you.
for me. Aw.
Say it back.
I love you too, man.
Say it back. I thought you weren't going to say it there.
I didn't know what you were expecting. I thought you were having a moment there.
You know what? We didn't talk about NXT Great American Bash, but Joe Hendry has a contract signing on that show.
His name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in.
All right, that's enough. I don't know why I kept going. Guys, we need to get the hell out of here. We're having too much fun playing with our sound. So we will catch you guys next week. And thank you all for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.